All right, what's up, guys? So a lot of you guys are SaaS founders or trying to be one. You guys vibe code. You guys probably are technical as well. I'm having a funny feeling that you guys are not good at marketing. I actually get a lot of calls regarding marketing and distribution. So I'd like to kind of make this video kind of going over a couple of distribution channels that I would recommend if you are starting a SaaS going into 2026. This is just broad advice for any business. Number one would be focus on like one channel first, and you got to track. So don't run Facebook ads and do TikToks and work on SEO and run Reddit marketing as like all at the same time. Then you would have no idea where any of your customers are coming from. So if you were to go that method, if you were to do that, then you would want to test each channel independently. So I hop on these calls with some people and they're not even tracking like their conversions from TikToks. They have no idea what kind of format on TikTok is even converting. They're not even tracking ROAS when they're doing meta ads. They don't have a system for their Reddit posts. Like they don't even know how to operate Google Sheets. And it's like, if you don't track anything, you don't care. Like you truly just don't care. So going back to my point, it's like, if you're not tracking, you truly just don't care. So that's number one. Number two, figure out what app or SaaS you're building first. If you're building SaaS, like TikTok, and by the way, SaaS is software as a service. It's basically an app, like a website app. So you have your app on the iPhone, and then you have websites with Stripe integration. You got to think first principles. Like if your ideal customer is someone who would sign up on a website, they have to have a computer, okay? So they're probably an older demographic of like maybe mid 20s, early 20 professionals, late 20s. It's like, if you guys look at the kids nowadays, like the teenagers nowadays, like a lot of people don't have a laptop, guys. They have an iPhone. So think, where is my customer hanging out? Probably not TikTok. They're probably, if you were to go organic marketing, probably on YouTube. YouTube has very high intent audiences. That's why you guys watching this are watching this up to this point, because you're searching for knowledge and an actual sauce, for lack of better words. And you guys wouldn't do that like on Instagram Reels or TikTok. You're just trying to entertain yourself. So figure out where your customers are hanging out. A lot of customers also hang out on Reddit. I think Reddit is a good channel as well. I think Reddit and YouTube are good channels if you have a SaaS. I break down in other videos and also to my students how to like scale out Reddit, because a lot of people, what happens with Reddit is like they will make a Reddit post, maybe buy some upvotes, actually get IP banned, and they no longer can tap into that distribution channel, or they just give up. Whatever you guys get into, whatever channel you guys choose to distribute, you guys should make sure it's a scalable model, like with systems. Otherwise, it's like, is a viral video even like, that doesn't really excite me. Like if I get a viral video or a viral Reddit thread, it's like, cool, thanks for the extra $1,000 MRR. I probably won't be able to replicate this in the future because I didn't set up any systems realistically. Okay, so that doesn't excite me. What excites me is like small increments of growth every single day, non-viral videos, because I have a system. So okay, I'm over here like exhausting the whole system idea. But you guys need systems. You guys need to track in Google Sheet. If you don't track, you don't care. Okay, so when I got my first SaaS to 10K MRR, I paid a YouTube influencer of like maybe 30K subscribers at the time. I think I paid him $300 via Cash App, like something weird. It's a weird method, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And that's where I got like my first maybe $500 monthly recurring revenue. And what I should have done was I should have just kept paying him until his audience got exhausted and searched for the next influencer. But I wanted to be cute, and I went on TikTok to sell and distribute this SaaS. And I made TikToks about it, and I got a TikTok to like 800K views, and the SaaS got to 1 to 2K MRR. Now I know what you're thinking. I thought you said you shouldn't run TikToks or Instagram Reels towards SaaS. I agree. At the time, I should have made this SaaS an actual iPhone app, but back then I didn't have Cursor, had no idea what Xcode was. So I built it off of a website that builds websites. Now, if it was an iPhone app at the time, that TikTok that got about 800K views probably would have sent me up to like 3, 4K, 5K MRR. But because it was just a website SaaS, I didn't get many conversions at a high percentage. Like, okay, so this is another thing. Let's think systems. If you were to do YouTube outreach yourself, you would probably burn out day 4 or 5, okay? Because you should do it at scale. So you don't just post one video per day. You probably want to post 6 or 7 videos per day. I've seen people post 10 videos per day. Or if you're doing organic outreach, you probably don't want to email 5 people per day or even 10 people per day. You want to email 80 to 100 people per day. I know that sounds crazy, but that's like the standard. And you can't do that obviously through one Gmail. Then you got to look at, okay, how can I set up multiple Gmails to email probably 20 people per day off of one Gmail? That kind of goes into a lot of stuff, but it's part of the system. Okay. Okay. And then number two, zooming out a little bit, you're going to be exhausted by day 3 or 4. So you guys need to hire a VA pretty much to do outreach. Now, there are people watching this. There are entrepreneurs and founders who aren't as advanced. Perhaps they're still in like the bootstrap setup ways. They're in the beginning stages of SaaS and app building, and they don't have much money. My advice to you guys would be to get a job. You guys need an army to deploy. You need money. Money is your army. If you don't have any money, you have no energy to redistribute or to leverage. Business is leverage. So that's number one. SaaS takes a little bit of money. So method number two is SEO. This is more of a longer form play, but you guys could go on a website called SEMrush, activate the free trial, and check certain keywords that people search for to search for an app similar to yours. Whenever I was making that app, when I was making that SaaS that hit 10K, 11K MRR, I would go on SEMrush and type in music generator. And at the time, there was low keyword search volume. And that's a good thing because that means there's low competition. So if you see a signal like that, that's not even necessarily like a longer term play, maybe a 1 to 2 month play where you can rank within 1 to 2 months, and then you'll get evergreen audiences coming in, customers coming in. That would be worth it. Now, if it's high saturation, then I wouldn't even mess with organic. I would test out Google search ads, see how expensive that is, and then perhaps you can find a gap in the market there. But organic is pretty much like free Google search ads. It just takes a little slow. So really the point is you guys need to find gaps in the market, whether it's influencers who are paid low on YouTube, a format that isn't really taken advantage of on Instagram Reels or TikTok, with SEO, keywords that aren't saturated and have a high search volume. And for Google search ads, your CPMs being very low or cost per click being very low. Those are gaps. So another thing is paid ads in Meta, running Meta ads and Facebook ads. I'd probably recommend this if you're a month in on organic distribution and it's not working, because this is the fastest way to profitability. But it's not for the faint of heart. It's definitely not for beginners, because what a beginner would do, they would just throw $50 a day into Facebook ads, not set up any tracking, not know how to calculate ROAS. Perhaps they calculate ROAS daily in a Google sheet, right? But they're not calculating ROAS weekly. They get emotional. They shut off the ads, then they turn them back on, then they shut them off, then they turn them back on. And they're lost. They're confused. They have no idea what they're doing. They're emotional. So they move on to the next idea. So you guys need to be very organized. Meta ads, I would say, is medium level to set up. It's not too easy, but it's also not too hard. It's so crazy. Whenever I watch media buyers on YouTube, they say not to be emotional. And I've fallen into that trap of being emotional with meta ads. And I've lost a lot of money from it until I started tracking. So yeah, meta ads, you guys need to figure out your lifetime value, your customer acquisition cost. And then after figuring out if you're profitable, then you can worry about churn and how to decrease that. There are methods to decrease churn, but there's so many ways to get customers with SaaS and apps. So to sum up this video, focus on one vertical. If it's paid ads, track. If it's organic, do at scale and systematize. And yeah, so that's it for today's video. Very raw, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys got some value, but that's it. Have a good one, guys.